I want to tell you about the light at the edge of the world. It had a quality that was neither day nor night, but something like the light just before dawn. Circe told me what to do. Honey, then milk, then wine, then water. I made the sacrifice and stepped back. And then the dead came. They came like mist, not like ghosts in stories, but like the breath of something very cold. They gathered at the edge of the pit, reaching toward life. I spoke with the prophet Tiresias, who was blind in death, but saw everything. "This is what is coming," he said. "This is how you might survive it." And then I saw my mother. I had not known she was dead. She had died of grief, waiting. 3 times I reached out, and 3 times my arms found nothing. Only the mist, only the cool air, only the nothing that is left when something has moved on completely from the living world. She told me not to grieve too hard. She said, "This is the way of things for all of us." And then she faded, back into the pale light that was not light. We had been to the edge of everything. We were going back to the middle of things, which is where living people belong. I am going to speak more quietly now. We are past the hardest part of the story. The sea ahead was still dangerous, but we knew more than we had known. We passed the island of the sirens. The sirens are women who sit on a rocky island and sing. The singing is the most beautiful sound in the world. I ordered my men to take soft beeswax and plug their ears tightly. And then I told them to tie me to the mast. They thought I was mad. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear the singing and survive it. I cannot bear to pass beauty without stopping for it. The singing began. I will not try to describe it. It came like something gentle, like the way music finds you in a house when you are in a different room. It sang of Ithaca. It sang of my son Telemachus as a boy. A memory it had reached inside me and found. The particular light of that morning. I screamed at my men to untie me. I struggled and begged and threatened. They rowed steadily forward, and I hated them briefly for their loyalty. And then we were past. The singing faded. My men untied me, and I sat down very suddenly and said nothing for a long time. After the sirens, we came to the place Circe had called most dangerous of all. On one side, Scylla, a monster with 6 heads on long necks, living in a cave in a cliff, each head with 3 rows of teeth. On the other side, Charybdis, a whirlpool, a great sucking vortex in the sea that swallowed entire ships. We could not avoid both. The channel was too narrow. Choose Scylla over Charybdis, I was told. Scylla will take 6 men. Charybdis will take the whole ship. I did not tell my men this. We entered the channel. I watched the water on the Charybdis side, watched it pull and churn and open into a darkness at its center. And while I was watching it, the 6 heads came down from the cliff. 6 men. It was over very quickly. That is the only mercy. We rowed through the rest of the channel in silence. There are moments in a life that do not heal. You build around them. It does not go away. It becomes a part of the structure of you, the way a scar becomes part of the structure of skin. You are not less for it. After Scylla and Charybdis, we came to an island I had been warned about specifically. The island of Helios, the island of the sun god. White cattle, beautiful cattle, cattle that gleamed in the sun as if they were made of it. 350 of them. Alongside them, white sheep, grazing on hills that caught the full light of every hour of the day. Do not touch them, I was told. Do not harm them. Do not eat them. No matter how hungry you are, no matter what happens. We were very hungry. I made my men swear an oath. Every man swore it. We will not touch the cattle. We landed because a storm trapped us. A month of storms, east wind and rain. The kind of weather that makes the sea impassable and leaves you ashore eating through supplies. Day by day the hunger grew, and then, while I was finally sleeping, after many days without rest, my men broke the oath. I woke to the smell of roasting meat. I sat up and I knew immediately that something had ended. There was no road back. We ate. I ate too. I am not going to pretend otherwise. When the meat is roasting and you have been hungry for a month, the oath does not feel as real. Helios was furious. He went to Zeus and demanded justice. Zeus gave it to him. We sailed when the storm broke. The lightning hit the ship. One bolt. One. And the ship came apart the way things come apart when they are already finished. My men. All of them. The sea took everyone. I clung to a piece of wreckage. A beam from the keel lashed to the mast. I floated for a day and a night. The storm had passed and the sea was smooth again. There are times when the mind empties itself completely. Eventually the current took me to an island. A small island covered in trees with a freshwater spring near the shore. And on that island lived a goddess named Calypso. Calypso kept me for 7 years. 7 years of beauty and absence. I want to speak slowly now, very slowly. Calypso's island was called Ogygia, and it was beautiful in a way that went so far past pleasant that it became its own kind of difficult. The trees were fragrant, alder and cypress and soft poplar, and vines grew everywhere through them with heavy clusters of dark grapes. Birds nested in the branches. Springs ran through the meadows, cold and clear, and the meadows themselves were so thick with violets and wild celery that walking through them was like walking through a color. Calypso was kind to me. That needs to be said plainly. She was kind, and she cared for me. And she offered me, once, clearly, immortality, to stay, to become like her, to live on that island forever in that permanent beauty, never aging, never losing anything again. I said no. She was not entirely surprised. She was sad, in a way that immortal beings are sad, a sadness without urgency. She would be sad for a while, and then she would not be, and the flowers would still grow. Every day on Ogygia, I walked to the shore at sunset, and I sat on a rock and I looked out at the sea. The way you look at something when you are not sure you will ever have it again. I thought about Ithaca, not the great speeches, not the heroic moments. I thought about small things, the sound the door of my house made when it opened, a particular creak, the particular weight of a cup in my hand, a cup I had had for years, with a chip in the rim that I knew the feel of without looking. These are the things I missed. On the morning the gods told Calypso to let me go, she helped me build a raft. She gave me provisions and told me how to navigate. Keep the bear at your back. I sailed for 17 days. On the 18th day, I could see land. But those are stories for another night. Tonight, I want to leave you here, on the raft. The sea around the raft is very still. You are safe on this water. You are carried. You have been traveling long enough for one night. Let your eyes be heavy. Let your hands be still. Let the water hold you. I am Odysseus of Ithaca, and I am going home. And so are you.